So I just made a video and I'm fresh off a straw. So I have things to say, okay? I have things to say, okay? I have questions. I got questions. First of all, Sherri Shepherd, listen. I want to watch everything you're playing from now on. Please, please. I want to watch everything you playing from now on. This lady right here just really made me fall in love with this movie. Her standing behind Taraji the whole time. You know, how kind she was from the start to the finish. Her playing nervous, you know, I felt like she really was under a bomb situation, but she still was, you know, managed to get her employees to safety and still, you know, meet the needs of the person who was in front of her. That is a good person in service, you guys. I want a person to service me like that every single day. Sometimes we have to think about how we can service another person. How can I serve you? You know what I'm saying? It's not about being the dominant person, or it has nothing to do with, you know, being, you know, the person, the alpha, or trying to be. But I want to know how I can help you do something in your life. How can I help you succeed at what you're doing? You know, so anyways, I have questions because, okay, so I might need to watch this movie over. Maybe I can have a conversation after I watch this over. But at the end of the movie, Sherri Shepherd said she had already knew that her child was gone. And I was trying to figure out, when did they tell her? When did they say it? Okay, and then I heard Sherri Shepherd tell them that the banks were closing, and they said, let her in, let her in. But there was still people in line at the bank trying to get stuff out of there. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get money. So I'm like, at what point was the bank closing? And so how she end up in front of the hostages? I got questions. So I'm going to rewatch this movie. Maybe I got it wrong, but I'm going to rewatch it over. So then at the end of this movie, we fast forward and see that Taraji has had some hallucinations. She has had dreams. And which part of these dreams were true? Because first she said she didn't have her mom, and then the daughter ended up with her mom. Did that happen after the situation that they took her daughter? Was this a reimagination, or is this something she just thought up in her head? So, like, I have questions. And it seems to me that she was like explaining to herself, Mama, like, Mama, no, I'm not doing this. Ask this lady, I'm not doing this. So she had some kind of respect for her mom, where she didn't want her to think the worst of her. So she had some respect there. And so when she finally told her, you know, the real news about what was happening, and she broke down, like, so then I'm trying to figure out, at what moment did she know, and why is it that she had just found out? Why couldn't her mom contact her and let her know that the daughter was with her? What was the situation with the $40 what she needed to give her? Like, when did that happen, and when did she know? Because, like, was she envisioning that part of it and then had to go back and like, try to save herself from this situation? I'm like, some of the parts didn't make sense. So I'm like, let me go back and rewatch this movie. So if I make another video about this, I'm going to tell you guys. And let you guys know what I think about it, because I'm really concerned. Like, what part did I miss about this movie? So what else did I have questions about? Because there was at one point in this movie where the girl with the braids, who had the really nice hairstyle in the bank, the one who had called on her and pushed the button in the first place, the one who alarmed him, who said she had to go to the restroom, she went back there and she wrote something on the bathroom mirror. Like, why was that bathroom mirror so foggy? Why was it foggy? Like, what made this window foggy to where she can write something on it clearly and read it? And how did they know to go back there and look? I mean, I know they were surrounding the building, so obviously there was going to be somebody in there trying to figure out a point of entry. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to figure out, was they just not cleaning a mirror? And then At one point did it turn from night to day so fast? Why did it turn to nighttime? Okay, and why didn't Taraji figure out why those people was out there cheering for her and letting her come out? You know what I'm saying? It's like they was out there cheering for her. Like, which one of y'all got a phone? How did they know? You know, all the things that we were talking about in here, and why they want me released. I've done nothing so far, but they think that I robbed you guys. Yeah, here they are saying free my homie. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I don't know if she even put that together. And this whole time when she had a gun, and then she tried to explain herself, I'm not robbing you. She came in there already with the blood on the check, and it's like, oh my gosh. And then, yeah, so the bank teller was just doing her job, telling her that we can't cash your check without, you know, the photo ID. But a lot of these banks and stuff have have systems where your photo is already saved. You know what I'm saying? So why is it that they didn't have a photo of her already? Why is it that? And it's like her boss was giving her such a hard time, like yelling at her. I ain't gonna lie, I probably would have got triggered too, because I don't like this, you know. And then she was like, oh, she gotta leave, come back. And then the officer who ran her off the road, it was like she was just trying to be a good person and do the right thing. Which one of those officers helped this man get this out of the system? Like, her car was towed and all these things had happened to her earlier, but they didn't have any of the stuff in the system, clearly because they couldn't find it. So we can't find, you know, what's in the system on you getting pulled over today, and they could never find this person. And like, what did they do to him? How did the ending? How did it all come together? And at the end of this movie, like, did they put her in jail? How did she get out? Teyana Taylor did a magnificent job at being, you know, an older cop who just, you know, was a relatable person and could understand where she was coming from and kind of put the pieces together. And she saw the, you know, the eviction and all the things got put out and all this other stuff like that, and it kind of triggered her emotions. And, you know, that guy who came in after all of those things was pretty much already solved, and then have a nerve to say, to go ahead and make it happen. And then the situation at the end where they was like, turn my phone back on. It didn't never say that her phone was off, but when her phone was off, how come she couldn't get the photo through one of the other tellers, or somebody else get the photo sent to their phone so that she could have it? In a real hostile situation, Teyana Taylor going and knocking on the window saying, oh, hey, I'm the person who you've been talking to. That would not be happening. And then she dreamed up those people, you know, shooting her. I was like, oh my gosh, my heart dropped. Like, she been through all this, and now she going with her baby. And it ended up being a dream. I've read a book like that, and I didn't want to ever read another book by this author again. I still read the rest of them, though. I still read the rest of them because I was like, let me see. It was the characters I was invested in. I was invested in the characters. But then when I found out it was one of these, I still went over to read book 3, 4, 5, and 6 after this. But I'm having a hard time going back and reading the book 2, because book 1 was so good. Going to read book 2 and seeing all this, maybe it was book 3. I may have read book 1 and 2. Book 3 was bad. And I was like, okay, they just threw this book together. And I still wanted to read book 4 because I was invested in the characters. I read book 4, 5, and 6. And I want to say I read book 7 on audio. But I got to go back and read this whole series to see if I feel the same way as an adult about these books. Because I probably was like early 20s when I read this book. It was these Ashley Jaquavis books that I read. Excuse me. Anyways, thanks for listening, y'all. I just wanted to, like, get my feelings out about this movie, because I really do believe that Taraji did a magnificent job at portraying this mother who, you know, was just on her last straw of things. Oh, I'm about to... Oh. You gone. You done. You're done. Okay? I saw this bug on my window. Why are you messing with me? Why you want to mess with me? she did such a good job at portraying this mother who, you know, was just on her last straw. Things just kept happening to her and happening to her and happening to her, and she still never wavered. It wasn't until this last thing at this bank was like, listen, all I want to do is get the coin, okay? I want to get what I work for in my hand right now, and I just want to go and cash it so I can take this down here to my baby. But it's like, how did she get there? She was gone from work for 2 hours. How did she get back to work? I mean, it just never showed some of the things that she was going through. How did she get to the bank? Like, I have so many questions. They towed her car. She can't get to the bank. She was gone for 2 hours. What time did she get to the bank? If they was closing, then how is it that she got there so fast? Like, I am still trying to figure that out. Did she catch a taxi? Some questions is just unanswered. And I know some things is not, like, it's not necessary for the movie. But some of these questions is like, okay, your car got towed, but I got questions on how you getting around now. Because she was able to get to her apartment and see all these things was all over the ground scattered. She was able to get to the, so she was able to get to the bank to cash it. And she got evicted. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is just a hard day. Like, y'all ain't never had no day like that where it was just difficult. I'm like, why is this day going to hell right now? But anyways, so today I had an issue. I had a little issue today. So I got my little birthday coming up soon. So I was like, let me go and get my tag before my birthday comes, so that way the week of my birthday it doesn't, you know what I'm saying, I don't have like a whole bunch to do, and I'm not like trying to hurry up and go get my tag. So I got my admissions earlier in the week. Today's Monday, by the way, so I got this done last week. I went and got my admissions like maybe Monday or Tuesday of last week, probably later than that. I probably ain't that organized. But so I went and got admissions. Then I got so I was like, okay, so now that I have my admissions and I got all these things taken care of, let me just go and get my tag in the morning, since I get off at 7 a.m. So I got off at 7 this morning, and the place opens up at 8. So I stopped at Kroger, got me what was I trying to get from Kroger? What was I? Oh, I was trying to go into the kiosk place to go and get my tag, and the kiosk place that I went to, they didn't have it. So I was like, I'm gonna just go to the DMV. I went to the DMV, the motor vehicle place, to go and renew my tag. It was no bueno. I was there for like, I got there like 7:50. I waited for about 10 minutes, and I got in line. I had my ice cream. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I can't be in here long. I gotta hurry up. But this place moves really fast. Like, you go there and the line be out the door. But they be moving so fast. Like, I don't know what they be doing in there, but they work together as a team. You hear me? And you got to go through a whole big old something just to get through the line. Because they got to check your bags. You got to get a ticket. You got to do this to do that. But for some reason, they don't be packed, even though it's a lot of people. They be on point. They get you in and they get you out of there. And then they got the self-service kiosk, which I went to. So I went to the kiosk and I tried to get it, and it wouldn't let me go through. It kept giving me this error message. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, y'all. It kept giving me this error message. I'm like, now what? You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't let me do it. So anyways, I get on the phone, call customer service. No, I went online and tried to check it to see if they would let me do it, but it was still giving me that same error message. So I was like, okay, I don't know. So then I called the lady at the DMV. I don't know if it's the DMV or not. Maybe it was, and I don't know. Who knows? I called them. She told me what was wrong. She was like, oh, it looked like you got a ticket and you didn't come pick your tag up from last year. I'm like, y'all told me that y'all was going to mail this tag to me, but they didn't. So if when the police got behind me, they ran my tag and they saw that my thing was not expired, even though I still had the yellow plate on it. I still had the yellow ticket tag on it. But if they run it, they'll see that it's not expired, that my tag is good. But for some reason, they never did send it. I called them and they said, oh yeah, we'll send it in the mail. Resend it. Never got it. And then I just never, like, just followed up. I just never followed up. So I'm riding around with the same tag from last year. But it is the update. So she was like, oh, it's fine. She was like, apparently you have a ticket. She was like, a school bus ticket. Or like, a school ticket. I'm like, what? So I'm like, was I speeding in the school zone? Why didn't nobody contact me? Nobody said nothing to me about it. Like, I don't even notice. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know. So I don't know if I would have got pulled over, if somebody would have ran my tag, and I would have still had this going on. But whatever it was, I'm like, okay. So I paid the ticket this morning. Thank God I had the money for that. I paid the ticket. Now today, when I get off, I'm gonna wait for about an hour. Go inside of Kroger and see if they'll let me get it. It seems like this. Every time I get my tag renewed, it's always something. For some strange reason, last year I couldn't get it done until I paid for. I had my insurance had expired, and they made me pay $80 the year before for the expired tag. Then I had got a ticket for speeding or insurance or something like that. I had to. It was a lot. It was a whole lot just because my insurance just. It was crazy. So then I had to get that had to pay $80 to get it reinstated. I had to pay $1,000 to get the insurance for the court or whatever. It was just a lot, y'all. It was a lot. And I know I ain't out here living wrong. I try not to. I did try to do the right thing, but there was this one issue that I was like, okay, I can't let my insurance expire no more. Then I had to get my car out of impound. I had to catch the bus up there. It just cost me so much money. It was so crazy. So that's what happened. I don't know if it was the last year or the year before that. And last year, something else happened. I don't know what happened last year, but yeah, that's what happened last year. After when I went to go get my tag, they never did send it to me. I had to get it. I don't know. It was crazy. So I got it taken care of, and now I gotta just go to the to Kroger and get that done. Anyways. So for those of you guys who's just listening to this for the straw situation, and that's over. I cried so many times during this movie. I cried at least 5 times because Sherri Shepherd was just so motherly and so loving and nurturing to her. And when the last time when I cried, she told Teyana Taylor on here that she was like, I'm going to walk with her. She was like, I'm going to walk with her. And I cried again when she told her, would you take my baby? Would you take my baby? I'm like, thinking about it now, she knew then. She knew then that her baby was no longer with them. Sorry if this is something that you guys don't know if you didn't watch the movie. But her daughter was no longer with us when she told her she would get her. She was like, yes, I will get her. I will take care of her. She's like, yeah, you got to give her her medicine. She has seizures. And I'm like, okay. So this had to be a moment when Sherri Shepherd knew that this girl, because I didn't see her on the phone before then. And I'm like, when did they have time to tell her that her daughter was no longer there? And why didn't she know? Wait. Sorry. What you call it? Spray my windshield so I'll probably have to get out and spray some window cleaner on it and just kind of wipe it off because it looked a little blurry. But yeah. So that's how I feel at this point about that movie, because I'm like, I don't know who told me to watch this movie or where I got this from. I was hearing she filmed it in about 4 days, and I also heard she did a good job with the acting, and I also heard that this was the most watched film on Netflix. And I don't know what else I heard, but I saw the movie, like it was in a list of things, and I was like, I'm gonna watch this after I get done watching The Final Destination. And I watched it without knowing that I was going to watch it without knowing that it was the most viewed. I was going to watch it without knowing, I think Tyler Perry was involved. I was going to watch it even though 4 days wasn't included. I was watching it just because of the name of the movie, like Straw. Who wants to watch a movie about a straw? But I get it. I actually really hoping that they change the name of this movie, like Last Straw or something like that, because straw just seems like, I don't know, it don't seem like the right name for that movie, especially since I done watched it. I was gonna watch it anyway, so. But I think they did an amazing job. I don't think they should have changed anything. 4 days or 5 days, 20 days, 30 days. It doesn't matter how long it takes to film a movie. As long as the movie is filmed, as long as, you know, you get a message from it. And I did get a message from this movie, because sometimes, as I said in my other caption, sometimes you just need somebody to walk with you. And that's just final. Like, you just need somebody to walk with you. Sherri Shepherd showing that she wasn't alone at that moment made her walk a little faster, make her walk her head a little bit higher. I'm pretty sure she was ashamed of what she felt like she had to do just so she can get involved, you know, and just seeing how scared she was. Like, that man ran that lady off the road. I need to go back and watch it anyway, because I didn't really see what she had done wrong on the road to make it so bad where he felt like, I'm going to get her. I'm like, you a cop acting this way? Y'all, she was having a bad day. It was a horrible day. And I ain't going to lie, who wouldn't be upset after all that happened? It is warm in here. Who wouldn't be upset after all that has happened? It was a lot. Why does this same police keep on driving by here? This is your third time driving by here. I mean, it's a free country, but why? Why? Okay. So yeah, I hope you guys tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Did you guys watch the movie Straw? What did you think about it? Did it make you cry? Did you like how it ended? Do you think it would have ended well if something else happened? What do you think would have made this movie better? Do you think it was perfect how it ended and how it came along? What do you think about Sherri Shepherd being so nurturing? What do you think about Teyana Taylor and her, you know, portrayal of someone who also was very relatable in this movie, and who, you know, how it went down? Do you think this is something that would have happened in real life? If this happened in real life, do you believe that this robber would have got a real chance? What do you think about how the situation unfolded? What do you think about, you know, her giving them chairs and her making them comfortable and allowing them somehow just to walk out the door? And what do you think about her having a gun and only wanting the amount that she worked for? And, you know, the little toy that they thought it was a gun was a bomb this whole time. So tell me down below all your thoughts about this. Make a video, link it to me so I can watch it, so I can see what you guys have to say and think about it. Thank y'all so much for watching my videos. I've been seeing you guys subscribing. I've been seeing you guys watching my videos, and I thank you so much. Don't forget to comment too. Y'all can subscribe and comment. If y'all don't have nothing to say, it's cool. If y'all don't want to watch it, that's also cool. I just want to say I appreciate the people who want to come back and see what I have to say. I think that's amazing. Yeah, don't forget to keep those positive vibes. I'll see you guys in the next video. Let me go find some lip gloss for my lips. My lips are so chapped, I feel like I'm about to eat them off, okay?